A Massachusetts Air National Guard member appeared in court today.
21-year-old Jack Texera is suspected of leaking classified military documents. The Dighton native was led into federal court in Boston in handcuffs. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni is tracking the very latest from Boston. Anita?
Jack Texera was led before a federal court judge here in Boston in shackles. His family watched on in the crowded courtroom as the 21-year-old was accused of violating the Espionage Act. In front of the U.S. District Court in Boston waited local, national, and international news outlets, only for Jack Texera's family to emerge out a back door where they didn't say anything to reporters. During the 15-minute-long court hearing, the 21-year-old looked on as the charges were read: unauthorized transmission of defense materials and unauthorized retention and removal of classified documents. The arraignment happened just 24 hours after Texera, an Air National Guardsman, surrendered to federal agents outside his home in North Dighton. The neighborhood there blocked off for hours. Texera allegedly started posting classified national defense documents on the social media platform Discord, labeled Top Secret, in December 2022, according to a new unsealed criminal complaint. They contain details of the Russia-Ukraine war gathered by U.S. intelligence agencies. The complaint says another user of the platform told investigators Texera began taking documents to his residence and photographing them out of concern of being discovered. The FBI says billing information from the social media platform helped identify Texera in this case. Just 2 years after joining the Air National Guard in 2019, Texera was given top security clearance. That gave him access to the documents he is accused of posting online. He is being held without bail until his detention hearing next Wednesday. In Boston, I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.
Anita, thank you. Our team coverage continues with Target 12 investigator Tim White.
And Tim, you've talked to lawmakers who want to hear from the Pentagon about how exactly an Air National Guardsman station on Cape Cod could have such high-level access.
You know, Kim, I think a lot of people are asking that question, especially considering how young the defendant is in this case. We talked to Senator Jack Reed, who says it's not unusual for someone in Texera's position to have top secret clearance. He points out many in the military join at 18 years old and within a couple of years find themselves in a job like Texera's that requires that level of access. But he, along with Congressman Jake Auchincloss, say Department of Defense officials need to come before Congress to answer questions about whether protocols were followed in this case, and if so, do they need to change?
The Pentagon needs to come to the Hill and answer some very tough, pointed questions about why it is that a junior enlisted Air National Guardsman has need-to-know access to highly sensitive documentation about Ukrainian war plans that's being briefed to the Joint Staff.
Now, public hearings are tricky when there is an ongoing criminal investigation, but Reed's office tells me there will be a classified briefing for senators next week.
Tim, on that criminal investigation that Anita reported on, Texera is going to be back in court on Wednesday. Yep. What should we expect that day?
Mike, that's a detention hearing. Prosecutors have asked for Texera to be held behind bars pending trial. Generally, the judge considers two things in those hearings. Is the defendant a threat to public safety, or are they a flight risk? The judge could grant prosecutors' request and detain him or set him free, or the judge could let him out with certain conditions like an electronic monitoring bracelet. His defense counsel will likely argue the crime Texera is accused of does not threaten public safety, and he has strong ties to the community and won't run from the criminal case against him. But as you said, Mike, we'll find out on Wednesday.
All right, Target 12 investigator Tim White, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And of course, be sure to stay with WPRI 12 and WPRI.com. Our coverage will continue on the Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents at 5:30. We'll hear from neighbors in Dighton following Texera's arrest.
Then at 6, Tim will be back with more from local lawmakers on the fallout from this leak, and we'll have up-to-the-minute coverage on our website, WPRI.com.